The Chicago Sky take on a former teammate in Marina Mabry today. When she comes in town with the Connecticut Sun, we're going to Connecticut. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun as only we can do right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today. And so the Chicago Sky take on the Connecticut Sun, Marina Mabry, with her new team. This is going to be an interesting game, just to see how the Sky measure up. The Sky, who we've talked about it, the Connecticut Sun are the second best team per record in the WNBA right now. They are on a one-game winning streak. They're 6-4 over the last 10. But this is a team that that is coming in with a high-powered offense. Like, it just is what it is. And the Sky's defense has been really shaky over, its last 5 games. Last couple of games before the All-Star break and Olympic break until now, it's been a little shaky, a little rocky for the Chicago Sky at times. So you want to see that Sky team can start getting back defensively to who they were at one point in time. It's not going to be easy against a team like the Connecticut Sun. It's just not. But the Connecticut Sun averaged 80 points per game. The Chicago Sky averaged 78 points per game. Now, most of that average, of course, is before they added Marina Mabry. That's of course, when it comes down to it. That's why they added Marina Mabry. So you got to watch out for this Connecticut Sun team, as well as their proficiency from the three-point line. They've become a much better three-point shooting team since they added Marina Mabry. Still not great, right? So there's not a great three-point shooting team, but they are enough of a threat that you have to watch out there. The Chicago Sky are going to have to rotate really well in this game. And the Connecticut Sun are also coming into this basically fully healthy, is what it comes down to. Yeah, they're going to be missing Tiffany Mitchell, but this rotation of this Connecticut Sun team is just amazing when you look at just who they have from top to bottom on this team. And Carrington is just a monster defensively and able to definitely do her work, offensively as well. So you don't want to overlook this team at all in any stretch of the imagination. And the physicality of the Connecticut Sun as well is something you don't want to overlook in this game. So, we already saw what Alyssa Thomas did early in the season against Angel Reese. Now, Angel Reese has adapted much better to the WNBA game since then. And we got Camila Cardoso out there as well. But this is going to be a team that is going to try to get physical with you. They are going to try to make it tough on you, and you cannot overlook that at all. And so we'll see what that brings. Marina Mabry, since joining the Connecticut Sun, has averaged 11 points per game for that Connecticut Sun team over 3 games. And again, that doesn't seem like this amazing kind of output or anything like that. But then when you pair in the fact that she's shooting the ball 31% from 3, shooting it pretty solidly. She's also 100% from free throw range since she got to the Connecticut Sun. I wish we would have had some of that here. It is what it is when it comes down to that. But you really want to look out for Marina Mabry. She's taking 6 3-pointers per game for the Connecticut Sun. So they're really kind of turning her into a spot-up shooter, and that is kind of bringing the best out of her game. So that 3-point shooting, you're really looking at Marina Mabry to really be, try to be a killer in that one. So, that's what you're looking at in this game. At the end of the day, me and Steve have kind of told you guys to expect over the back half of the season, it's going to be a tough remainder of the season for the Chicago Sky. I won't say that the Sky are tanking, because I don't think that they are, but they are a team that is just going to be bad. They are just going to play tough. And like me and Steve have told you guys, it's going to be a lot of either ugly wins or ugly losses by the Chicago Sky the remaining part of the season. And to see how the Sky really adapt to that is going to be the important part as well. So that's what we're looking for in this one. Keys for the Sky, right? I talked a lot about the Connecticut Sun. Keys for the Sky in this game are going to be just be efficient. Like, you have to lock in defensively. Do the Chicago Sky. You got to make it they're going to try to rough you up. You got to match that physicality. You cannot let them take you out the game with their brand of physical basketball. You can't do that, because if you do, it's going to be ugly for you. And as well as the Chicago Sky, you got to find your scoring where you can. And hopefully we're going to see Kennedy Carter kind of get back to who Kennedy Carter was for us since she came into that starting lineup, because we need Kennedy to be that player for us to have any semblance of a decent offense, right? We need Kennedy to be that player. But outside of that, who's going to bring some three-point shooting? Who's going to bring that for the Chicago Sky? That's going to be some of the questions. Who can hit the open three-pointers? Because this Connecticut Sun team is going to make sure that the Sky get almost nothing in the mid-range, and they're definitely going to try to get physical in the paint to dissuade Camila Cardoso or Angel Reese from really getting in a rhythm. So if anybody can hit some 3-point shots, whether it's Dana, whether it's Lindsey Allen getting hot from three again, whether it's Big Mama with Rachel Banham, or even is Michaela Oniwerde, who hasn't really been a consistent 3-point shooter, but we've seen her hit them at times, right? So we're going to need somebody to step up from the 3-point line today. I will not be surprised if the 3-point discrepancy in this game ends up telling the story of this game for the Chicago Sky. And that's something you do not want to allow. You don't want to allow that to be the case. And let's hope that the Sky can, man. You know, you guys already know how I feel about the Sky team. They can be in almost any game with the defense. If they're playing their brand of defense, they can be out of almost any game if they're just not locked in and how bad their offense looks at times. So that's going to be what it comes down to. The dog's over there tripping. That's going to be what it comes down to. But just go out there and have fun. Like, the thing about it is, and I know a lot of Sky fans, new fans, old fans, it don't matter. A lot of us don't want to hear this, and I understand it. I don't want to hear it either. This team ain't good, and the team isn't going to be good for the rest of it. It's just not going to be good for the rest of the season for the most part, and that just kind of is where we are right now. That doesn't mean that we're going to lose every game. That doesn't mean we're not going to try to fight. All those things are going to still happen. This team is still coached by Teresa Weatherspoon and still has Angel Reese, Kennedy Carter on it, who definitely are going to try to go out there and kill it every single time they can, as well as the other players. But you need it's the talent. We're at a talent discrepancy right now. Now, one of the keys to this game for the Sky as well can be Isabel Harrison. I know she hasn't played very consistently this season coming back from injury. She's an unrestricted free agent next year. But Isabel Harrison can be such a key for this team in the way that she's able to play defense and score coming off that bench. You need a little bit of that bench scoring. Are we going to get it consistently today? That is the question. That's the question. So we're open. We're going to see. We're going to see. Kind of loud? Is it loud? My bad. Hold on. Let's turn it down a little bit. My bad. I don't know what's been going on with the software here. Like, they made some updates to our streaming software. Yeah, it is super loud. What the fuck is happening here? Give me 1 second. I've been going off, and what is going on here? Give me 1 second, y'all. I apologize. Give me 1 second. What is going on with the soundboard? Let's go here. Let's take those things. Take that down. And then we're going to leave that at Unity. All right, let me know if that's a little bit better for you guys. Hopefully that's a little bit better. It still looks like it's coming in loud on this, and I don't know why. I have no idea what this is doing. All right, what about now? Is that a little bit better for you guys? I don't know what's going on with this software. I apologize. I'm really not trying to scream in your guys' ear. I have no idea what's going on right now. It sounds great on my side, but it looks like it is coming in loud in the software. Is it better now? Let me know if it's better now, because I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't show that it's clipping on my board, but it looks like it is coming in loud on the thing. I have no idea what's going on. Let me pull it up on this side. Let's see if I go on YouTube and see what it sounds like. I may have to just replace my whole soundboard, which it sucks, but hey, sometimes you got to do shit. Still sounds a bit loud. Weird? Really? I don't know. Everything on my side shows a good level. Yeah, even me watching back on YouTube, it doesn't sound bad to me. It's fine now? Is it fine? An echo lag. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I don't see anything. The only thing I can think of. No, it's the same. It's the same software. They just updated it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I've literally changed nothing. Literally nothing's changed in this setup. Let me restart, not my computer. I'm going to restart my soundboard. Give me 1 second, y'all. Well, that's ugly. All right. Let me know. Are we back? Are we good? Are we good now? Are we good? Is everything the mic is supposed to be close? It's a dynamic mic. The mic is supposed to be close. So Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me know if it sounds all right now, guys. Hopefully it does. Now I can't hear it myself though. I can't hear myself. I don't know what the fuck that's about. This shit is acting mightily stupid, is what it's acting like. Can y'all hear me okay? All right. Some people are saying it sounds fine. Hopefully it sounds okay. But nonetheless, all right, let's get back into it, man. With that said, I don't even remember where I was at with it. Isabel Harrison coming off the bench. Let's hope that Izzy is ready to go in this game, because this is the type of game where Isabel Harrison could definitely make an impact in this game. And we're just hoping that she continues to do what we've seen from Isabel Harrison over the course of time. So mic is off and the recording sounds like it's through the camera. See, it's not though. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I wish I could. It sounds fine when I play it back on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. Um, Yes, so some people are saying it sounds good. So whatever, it is what it is. We'll deal with it later. But anyway, so with that said, just hoping that this team can just keep up the scoring aspect. We are not a good scoring team, and like I said, we're not going to be a really good team for the remainder of the season. And that is what it is at this point. Of course, you don't necessarily want to hear that. You don't want to see your team just not be a good team, but that is kind of where we are at this point. And when it comes down to it, the Sky are just going to have to figure it the fuck out, man. And that's just what it is. They're going to have to figure it the fuck out. And we'll see if the Sky are prepared to do that. I don't know. I have my own kind of mixed thoughts on it when it comes down to the Sky and where they are and things. But I think that this Sky team is more than prepared to be able to go get through the rest of the season and to see how things are. That's just what it comes down to. It's just you got to come through the rest of the season and just figure it out. And that's what the Sky team is trying to do. We'll see how well they're going to be able to do that, but that is what they're trying to do, is just make it through the season for what it is, and we'll see. DJ TQ says, hey, Haize, thoughts on assistant coach Crystal Robinson's absence post-break? Not sure if her role focused on offense, but I wonder if this guy's offensive struggles are tied to her not being here. No, I don't think that it has. Great super chat, though. I don't think it really has that, because this guy's offense struggled throughout the season. Like, I think if you go back and look at it, of course, we were able to power through. But like I said, when you're missing a player in Marina Mabry that was your leading three-point shooter, your second leading scorer, your second leading rebounder, she started the fast break on a lot of times. She contributed a lot to what helped the Sky get easy offense, even when her shot wasn't going. And so now that that's eliminated for the Chicago Sky, that's kind of just what you're seeing in this case, man. So it's unfortunate. You don't want to see it when it comes down to it, but they're going to have to try to figure it out, man. But I do wonder where she's been for sure. The Sky have to get other players like Camilla more playing time. Doesn't matter if Reese has a big game and a blowout. Yeah, I mean, listen, you should be playing your players regardless, right? That's the place that we should be in. You should be playing these players regardless of anything else that's going on. And, I don't even know really how to get into it. Like the Sky, some of the rotation things at times, especially with a player like Camilla specifically, it leaves a lot to be desired. We don't always run things the best that we should, that I would like to see for Camilla. But again, that comes back down to us not having a point guard. We don't have a point guard on this team, and that is still the biggest thing that we need to go out and get this offseason. We need a point guard. We got to find a point guard. And if we don't, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly for this team if we don't find a point guard in this offseason. We got to find a way to get a point guard in here. And if we don't, it's going to be a long, difficult season for the Chicago Sky. And that just is what it is. You can expect that to be a long, difficult, and hard season for the Sky if we're not locking in and things are just ugly. Like, so you want to get better out of that, and let's hope that we can. But the Sky are going to have to, this GM who I've given the GM, that's what's wrong with it. Now it should sound a lot better. What? Test. I think it should be a lot better now. But one thing with the Sky is that the GM, Jeff Pagliosha, has been really good at being aggressive and going out there and getting some talent. And so hopefully we see that be a lot more consistent with the team. He went out, was aggressive, and got Angel, got Camilla, set that vision very early to get those ladies in here. And so now with moving on from also Marina Mabry, getting 2 draft picks, you want to see this team continue to just add some young talent to the team. And if we do, that's where things is really going to start taking off. If we can get a point guard this offseason, it's going to go far for the Chicago Sky. Get that point guard. If you can get that point guard, man, this guy off everything with the Sky is going to look so different if we can get that point guard. And so let's hope that we can do that. Let's hope that we can. Which one of the coaches Sky is Monica the singer's voice? That's funny. That's funny. Monica is funny. The fact that Monica was at a Sky game is wild. For somebody who's watched the Sky for like most of his life, like most of the history of the team, you don't get a lot of celebrities coming in and out of here for the Chicago Sky. You just don't. And so, seeing Monica come in here and her have that relationship with Spoon was crazy. It's crazy. What happened to the Chicago's third pick? Brenna Maxwell, she got hurt. Remember, she did get hurt early kind of in that season. And that's just kind of where we were with Brenna Maxwell. It's unfortunate. But, we'll see. Maybe the Sky had her back this season. Maybe they had her back. I'm not saying that that's a foregone conclusion, but, maybe they do. But, yeah, let's hope that the Sky do. Hey, Haize, is there any point guards in the draft that we can get them that will fix a lot of like this is actually a pretty deep draft when it comes to point guards. So I think that the Sky can get a point guard in this draft, especially if with their own pick, depending on where it sits. You got Olivia Miles from Notre Dame, who's kind of the point guard that I'm focusing in this draft. You also got to him that Papau, who's a really good point guard. She got some big. I think she's torn her ACL twice. So you got to look at that. But she's another one. Sonia Catron, also for Notre Dame. She's another one. Now, she's more of a combo guard, but again, she can definitely fit that point guard role as well. She's 6'1". So the Sky have a lot of people. Paige, we're not getting Paige. There's zero chance that the Chicago Sky get Paige, mainly because the Dallas Wings own the right to swap picks with us. So you need the first overall pick to get Paige. And if the Sky get the first overall pick, the Dallas Wings are taking that pick. So, unfortunately, we're not really in that spot to get Paige in this draft, but we'll see how things go. Haize, what is Miller doing wrong that's getting her so many foul calls? So, young bigs are going to get fouls. That's just the thing. You're adjusting to the physicality of the game. And keep in mind, for Camilla, she's used to always being, or 9.5 times out of 10 in college, she's always been the biggest and probably the strongest player on the court. Now you're running up day in and day out to players that are either as big as you or strong as you. And so that just takes the time to adjust. It happens. Same thing happens in the NBA. Rookie bigs in the NBA, you just expect for those first 1 to 2 seasons to be very high foul seasons. That's just typically the way that it goes. And so it's not a surprise to me that she's been in foul trouble a lot. She'll work on that from season 1 to season 2, I think. I feel like Camilla is being a rookie. She has great games with some bad games, so they're playing her like a rookie. Yeah, she's playing like a rookie. It is what it is. I mean, we were a little better with Marina. Now that she's gone, it's looking ugly. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It's easy as a fan. I do it. I'm not above it. I'm not saying that you guys are the only ones that do it, but it's easy as a fan to always look at what a player is not doing and focus on that. Be like, yeah, damn, they're just not doing that. Damn, if they just hit those free throws. Damn, if they were just better defensively. That we can get so caught up in that. The way that I always explain is you can be so zoomed in when it's your own team that you just look at the bad and forget a lot of the good. Marina Mabry brought a lot of good to the team. It wasn't her scoring always. She was very inconsistent scoring-wise. But like I said, for a team that sucked at half-court offense, Marina Mabry was our second leading steal person, our second leading rebounder, our leading assist person, and our leading three-point shooter. When you take all that off the field for a team that isn't a good half-court offense team, the offense is going to struggle. And that's what we're seeing with them right now. That's what we're seeing. Raven Johnson or Olivia Miles are the best point guards in the draft. Do we know for sure if Raven's coming out? I don't think Raven's coming out this year. I think she could age-wise, but I don't think Raven's coming out this year. We'll see, though. I mean, the women's basketball season hasn't even started yet, so we'll see. Camilla has a 2-inch vertical. Why don't just stay on her feet and keep her hands way above her head? She has more than a 2-inch vertical. That's just stupid. What's the word, Brody? Side note, can you give me my privileges on Chicago Bulls Central? Secondly, what? Don't ask Chicago Bulls Central questions on Chicago Sky Central, my boy. But secondly, do you think the W ever expands roster sizes to 15? I don't know if 15. I don't think it goes to 15. You're not going to go from 12 to 15. I do think after the second team gets added, right? Because we're adding if I'm not mistaken, the Golden State team is first, right? I don't remember which team's coming first or second. Yeah, I think the Valkyries are coming first. And then we're going to get the Toronto team. I think when that Toronto team comes, that's where you can see rosters expanded. I don't know if it goes to 15. It may go to 13, maybe 14, but I don't think you're jumping right up to 15 unless the WNBA gets up to 16 teams. If it does, then maybe you start seeing something like that then. At least that's my opinion. I could be wrong on that one. Camilla kept getting in foul trouble. They're not just playing her. Exactly. That's a good point as well. Absolutely great point, Adrian. Absolutely great point that you got to look at as well there. So we'll see. I mean, listen, I'm not down on Camilla at all. She's just having a rookie season. I think sometimes we can forget that rookie seasons are rookie seasons for a reason. And she's having a rookie season, and there's nothing necessarily bad about that. She's just having a rookie year, and it could come around very quickly, very quickly. So we'll see what happens there. But all right, so I'm going to get ready to wrap things up. C-Dub will be on the live call, so make sure you guys stay tuned in for C-Dub on that live call. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button as well. You guys can follow us at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoSkyCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related, but that's thanks to you guys. And like I like to end everything on, I'll see you guys next time we go to Skytown, which will be in just a couple of minutes. Love you guys. Go Sky.